Now here, when you're guessing the dilation, it becomes a little bit harder. All right. The reason is you gotta one figure out which one's the original image, and two, you gotta figure out one of its points of each. Okay. So these circles. All right. So you start off right here. Okay. So let's just pick a point on this circle. All right. Any point. I'm gonna pick this one right here. Okay. That point right there is at 0, 1. So the A is at 0, 1. This is the x, this is the y. Now the a prime, okay, so its dilation is right here. A prime, one of its points is at, or at least the point that corresponds to this would be at 0, 3. Now, you're always going to take the a prime divided by, the a prime divided by the not prime a, okay? Now, we can't do 0 divided by 0. That's not going to give us anything. So we just have to choose a letter. Since x doesn't work, we'll do y. So we can take 3 and divide it by 1 to give our dilation of 3. So this thing got bigger by 3. This next one, it's going from big to small. So this is what we have to do. We have to check this out, which is, this is at what? 8, 1. A1, 2, 8. Okay, so A is at 2, 8. Okay, A prime is at 1, 4. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you use. You can use the x or you can use the y unless they're 0. If they're 0, then you can't use them, but let's use the x's because the x's is probably easy. So A prime, 1 over A not prime, 2. Which would give us the dilation of 1/2, meaning it got smaller by 1/2 of its original size. Now, actually finding the dilation is a little bit easier than doing the dilation. This next one is telling you to dilate the object by 3. Circles are kind of hard. Because they don't really have any specific points, but because of this, we're going to look at this like this. We're going to try to use the 4 points that we can actually tell what they are. This point, this point, this point, and this point. Okay? So I'm going to use these 3 points. This one, all right, is at 0, 2. This one is at 0, 3, my bad. 0, 3. This one's at 3, 0. This one's at 0, negative 3. And this one's at negative 3, 0. So when you do a dilation, essentially what you do is you just take each point and you multiply it by the dilation. So here we have a dilation of 3. So we're going to take this point and multiply everything on the inside by 3. Well, 0 times 3 is still 0. 3 times 3 is 9. Right here, 3 times 3 is 9, 0. This becomes 0, negative 9. This becomes negative 9, 0. Okay, so let's plot these points. So 0, 9. 0, 9 is up here. 9, 0 is over here. 0, negative 9 is right there. Negative 9, 0 is right there. At this point, we're going to just kind of eyeball the circle. Alright, this isn't going to be perfect, and I don't expect to be perfect on your paper either. But at least you try. Alright, so that's the most perfect circle, but that's what the dilation should look like. If it was a better drawn, it'd be a better circle, but beyond that, it doesn't really matter. This next one, alright? Now fractions. Fractions really get a little bit difficult because people don't really remember how to multiply by fractions. So first let's turn this into a decimal. 1 over 2. Alright? What this sign is a division sign. You essentially all have to take is the top number divided by the bottom number to get what your decimal is. So we got a decimal of 0.5. It means we're going to take all the points and multiply it by 0.5. So this one right here. This point is at 4, 6. This point is at, it looks like 2, 3. This point is at 6, 3. This point is at 4, 0. So we're going to multiply everything by 0.5. So when you multiply 4 by 0.5, you get 2. 6, you get 3. You multiply 2 by 0.5, you get 1. 3 is 1.5. There won't be decimals on the tests. I do apologize about that, but this one will be 3, 1.5. This one will be at 2, 0. So we're going to put a point at 2, 0. We're going to put a point at 3 and about 1.5, which is right about there. We're going to put one at 1 and about 1.5, which is right about there. We're going to put one at 2, 3, which is right there. And that's what it looks like when it's dilated by 1/2. The next one, dilation by 2. So again, let's name the points. Which means we're multiplying everything by 2. This is at negative 3, 2. So that's negative 3, 2. This one's at negative 3, negative 1. This one's at 4, negative 1. So we're going to multiply everything by 2. 2, 2, and 2. So we multiply this negative 3 by 2, and we get negative 6 and 4. Multiply this by 2, we get negative 6 and negative 2. Multiply this by 2, we get 8 and negative 2. Okay, let's graph this. Negative 6 and 4 is right here. Negative 6 and negative 2 is right here. And 8, negative 2 is right here. Connect the dots. And that's a dilation of 2. Finally, dilation by 3/4. We take 3 divided by 4, we get 0.75. Okay, so that means we're multiplying everything by 0.75. So this one's at 0.8. This point is at 4.4. This point is at 8, negative 8. This point is at, right here is at negative 8, 4. So let's multiply everything by 0.75. 0 times anything is still 0. 8 times 0.75 becomes 6. 4 times 0.75 is 3. 8 times 0.75 is 6. Negative 6. This becomes negative 6, 3. Now let's graph this. So 0, 6 is my first. 3, 3 is my second. 6, negative 6, my third, and negative 6, 3 is my fourth. And that's what my object would look like by a dilation of 3/4.